Welcome back to Chasing the Target. A couple of hours left now. Days बोलने की आदत हो गई. A couple of hours left for the first ball to roll for the Asia Cup 2023. Just like that, hopefully India doesn't drop the ball towards the closest stages. I mean, a lot of news coming in कि भाई KL Rahul injured हो गए. फिर like injured तो नहीं हुए, but he's not going to be there for the first half of the tournament. So who's going to come and fill in his shoes? I mean, he's been having a good batting session बोल रहे, लेकिन विकेट कीपिंग का जब बात करें थोड़ी बहुत श्योरनेस की वजह से द एनसीए टुक अ कॉल एंड डिसाइडेड टू sort of थोड़ा रेस्ट करा देंगे just for until the 6th of September, which is the first leg that is in Parkale. So we'll be definitely waiting to know कि भाई KL Rahul खेलेंगे या नहीं, or is he going to be directly included in the World Cup. World Cup की टीम is going to come on the 3rd of September. 3rd September को World Cup की टीम आने वाली है. lot of अगेन फिर दिमाग नहीं फिर रहा है, फिर कौन आने वाला है, कौन जाने वाला है. संजू बेचारा बैठा हुआ है वहां पे. So a lot. So I have with me Mustafa. One day to go. Pakistan, Nepal, the starting game. A lot of news around KL Rahul. How do you feel about that? And yeah, what do you think of World Cup? Man, what impact is going to this bring? Like,
first of all, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. मैं जो बोल रहा था नहीं करना चाहिए वही कर रहे. अगर बंदा injured है, he's not fit, he's not ready to play, why the hell is he in your squad? Like, put somebody who is fully fit. Put him in the squad. If he gets fit, then put him. ये तो मजाक चल रहा भाई. यहाँ पे पहले बोले कि उन्हें fit है, he just has slight nickel, he'll be okay for the first week of the Asia Cup. Now they're saying he's not ready for the first week of the Asia Cup. He'll be ready for the second week. Now you're going to say second week ready नहीं, he'll be ready for the World Cup. ये तो मजाक चल रहा है, and it's not fair on KL Rahul. It's not fair on the Sanju Samson and the other backup players too. It's not fair on anybody else. That's why you have to take a call, and you should have said straight up, listen, this guy has an injury, he's not going to be fit. We have to go with this thing. आप सारे उम्मीद एक प्लेयर पे रखे तो कैसा जीतेंगे आप टूर्नामेंट. 96 में 92 में Pakistan won, right, without Saeed Anwar, Waqar Younis. We saw England, they won in the last World Cup without Jofra Archer, Johnny Bairstow. So why can't you win without KL Rahul? आप इतना उम्मीद डाल रहे हो वो प्लेयर पे जो बंदा फिट ही नहीं है. he's not played cricket for 7-8 months, but आप उसको छोड़ रहे नहीं. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense on him. Like, it's not fair on KL Rahul either, because there's so much pressure now on him because he has to play and he has to be fully fit. So not fair on somebody like a Sanju Samson. Okay, fine, he's not performing, I understand that, but if he's fit, you play the player who's fit. Whether that's Ishan Kishan, whether that's Sanju Samson or Surya Kumar Yadav, आप KL Rahul पे इतना आप उम्मीद रख रहे, it's not correct, man. It's not correct at all.
नहीं, बिल्कुल correct भी नहीं है. And the point that I'm trying to understand is भाई, when मेरे को तो जब उन्हें इंजरी बोले थे, I said वहीं होगी जहाँ पे उसको ऑलरेडी वो क्वाड्रेंट में ही होंगे, because उनका वो निगल है वो.
मतलब ये नहीं होना चाहिए. shouldn't be guessing, you shouldn't be saying अरे इधर उधर. They should tell you clearly, right? आप बैठे पे आपको clear बोलना चाहिए कि भाई ऐसा है. आप क्यों assume कर रहे? Why are you assuming? Because they're forcing you to assume. I'm very happy Punter is watching us after such a long time. 1 or 2 months he ditched us for some reason, but he is back. I
think one or 2 months if India Pakistan के टिकट आ ढूंढ रहे हो.
But I think मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ कि भाई क्यों आप assume कर रहे हैं कि क्या है नहीं, कि वही इंजरी है, ये है वो. Clearly क्यों नहीं बोल रहे? Why isn't there any accountability? And look, okay, fine, you want to hide things, this and that, whatever. But then don't put him in the squad. It's simple as that. Just play somebody. I'm always against this, whether this is my team or somebody else's team. You cannot force, try to enforce something if it's not working. If he's not fit, that's it. You go with the other player, whether he's not in form, it doesn't matter. At least he's fit. Give me someone who's running, right, rather than somebody who can't bichara. And it's not fair on KL Rahul more than anybody else.
They're trying to cover it up. He had a very good batting session in Alore. He's been killing it in Alore with the batting and stuff, but this was in Cricket Info, and even Rahul Dravid said the same thing today press conference. Rahul Dravid said that he had a very good spectacle. Him, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma were killing it.
Exactly my point. So who is telling you? The people who want you to hear this. What is the exact truth? We don't know. I mean, they want you to hear this.
That is the only sort of information that we will get as fans and as.
But that's the thing. Cricinfo and Star Sports का जो है, they're the only people who got access to this camp. No one else got
Yeah.
access, right? No
Yeah.
other
Yeah. No.
newspaper or news channel, nobody got
No.
access. So they didn't show us the physio rubbing his leg, or they didn't show anything like that. If they showed that, then we would know that but still he's not fit. That means there was something going on or whatever. So we're only getting information that they want us to get. We're not getting the clear कि भाई ये प्रॉब्लम है, उसके साथ ये प्रॉब्लम है, उन्हें नहीं खेल सकता, और तब ये क्लियर होगा जब ये डेट पे और व्हाटएवर. वी आर नॉट गेटिंग एनी इंफॉर्मेशन.
आई मीन देखो भाई, वो तो पहले भी नहीं मिलती थी इतनी इन्फॉर्मेशन. अब तो चलो ठीक है, एटलीस्ट प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करे आफ्टर सो मेनी years of World Cup missing and stuff. They finally showed up on a press conference, answered certain amount of questions. Yes, the uncertainty of injury is वो तो कभी समझ में नहीं आएगा कि NCA कौन से मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर्स वहां पे काम करे जो आपको एक रिपोर्ट बना के नहीं दे सकते. पहले बोले थे श्रेयस अय्यर इंजर्ड है, फिर श्रेयस अय्यर को क्लीन शीट मिल गया, फिर केएल राहुल इंजर्ड है, लेकिन नहीं, उनको निकल है. निकल कहाँ है वो नहीं बोल रहे. अपन इमीडिएटली अज्यूम कर लिए वहीं का वहीं होगा, बिकॉज़ लेग की इंजरी ऐसे एकदम से निकलती. अब आप
What does this show on Surya Kumar Yadav, on Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan and stuff? What does it show? It shows that we don't trust you guys. We want KL Rahul by hook or by crook. We want him in the Asia Cup. And it doesn't send a good message to them. It doesn't send a good message to KL Rahul. It doesn't send a good message to anybody. If he cannot play, भाई simple बोल दो, भाई उन्हें fit नहीं है. उन्हें जब fit रहेगा, we'll try and consider him for the squad. But until then, that's it.
But वही है ना boss,
somebody
like
who's fully fit?
it's the same thing with India. They will want to go कि नहीं भाई KL की experience, KL ये है वो. भाई चलो ठीक है, आप मैं सूर्य कुमार यादव, अगर मैं ईशान किशन सूर्य कुमार यादव है ये न्यूज़ पढ़ रहा हूँ, चलो I'll take it as an opportunity. But what about Sanju Samson, who's sitting outside with no fault of his own, when the criteria of the 2-year gap has been given to KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer? The 1-year criteria should have been given to him as well. Sanju should have been in this team, but no, he's been sidelined by a person who hasn't even played an ODI, and he's उसको ना ODI का नॉलेज है ना कुछ. आई मीन आई लव तिलक वर्मा बैट्समैन, इज ग्रेट, हमारा घर का बच्चा है, लेकिन भाई उसको है ही नहीं. आप जब एक दो लोगों को क्राइटेरिया, तो आप संजू को बिठा. संजू के लिए तो यही मैसेज है कि भाई तो इसको लेना ही नहीं है. वही है क्लियर. सूर्या कुमार ईशान स्टिल हैव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी.
ये ब्लंडर्स हम पहले देख चुके हैं. जैसा आप बोले, विजय शंकर को भी लेके आ गए थे, अभी तिलक वर्मा को लेके आ गए. वी सीन स्टफ लाइक दिस. बट व्हाट आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज व्हाई यू ड्रैगिंग समबडी हु इज नॉट फिट. व्हाई इज नॉट इंजर्ड. ही इज इंजर्ड. लाइक आई हैव नेवर सीन समथिंग लाइक दिस कि भाई उन्हें फिट ही नहीं है, आप उसको जबरदस्ती स्क्वाड में लेके आ रहे. एंड नाउ ब्रो, फैज इज नॉट ट्रैवलिंग टू कैंडी.
Yeah, he's in NCA. He'll be under observation. Yeah.
Why the hell is he in the squad if he's not traveling? Well, I don't understand. So what happens? Is Sanju Samson part of the squad now? Does he get into the 17? What is the situation?
So Sanju Samson is like a backup man. So I think he should be able. But now, how does KL Rahul re-enter? So if Sanju Samson plays, then I don't think KL Rahul can come into the squad unless there's an injury. Now, again, 18
now comes into the squad, right?
He'll come into the squad, but I don't think he will play. They will prefer Ishan Kishan. So as and when KL Rahul is ready, again Sanju will take the hit, and then he will go. Or Tilak might take the hit, and KL Rahul might come back in.
भाई मजाक चल रहा है ये तो. Like this is not like how it should be.
अब देखो, on the basis of this, अब आप देख लो 3rd September को कितने दिन बाकी है? 5-4 दिन बाकी है यार. उसके बाद आप फिर वर्ल्ड कप टीम अनाउंस करोगे.
आप कैसा अनाउंस करेंगे वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड जब उन्हें राहुल द्रविड़ बोला 4th को उसका आएगा मेडिकल रिपोर्ट.
हाँ, तो 3rd September को तो ये लोग जहाँ पे जितने भी चैनल्स हैं अपने न्यूज के चैनल देते, 3rd September is the date. They have to submit a team on the 3rd of September. You can make a change till 1 week before the World Cup starts. So October 5th को World Cup अगर start हो रही, तो आप 27, 28 ऐसा को तक आप change कर सकते हो. 1 week just prior to the World Cup, you have an opportunity to make changes within your 18, 15, 17 member squad, whatever it is. So coming back to the point that KL Rahul, why are you dragging him so much? He's not had the best of records and stuff like that. I know जो उसके side में जो भी लोग हैं, but at least the difference between them is बिटवीन द टूर्नामेंट इन लोगों की ब्रेकडाउन के चांसेस कम है जब आप केएल राहुल को आप तोले. अगर केएल राहुल बीच में फिर इंजर हो गया, फील्डिंग करते हुए पकड़ लिया, कुछ हो गया, खत्म. वहां पे एक प्लेयर खत्म, इट्स गॉन, डन.
और उन्हें उसको आप विकेट कीपिंग भी कराना चाह रहे. वो बंदे पे कितना प्रेशर है. अब ये देखो कि भाई मेरे को आना, मैं तो पहले फिट हूं नहीं, मेरे को तो गुजार दिया जबरदस्ती. आई एम श्योर ही वांट्स टू प्ले, बट लाइक यू नो व्हाट आई मीन, ही इज नॉट फिट. अब उसको आप कीपिंग भी कर, भाई आप आएंगे 11 में स्ट्रेट इन, बट यू नॉट ओनली गोइंग टू बैट, यू गोइंग टू विकेट कीप 50 ओवर्स इस बार. कैसा होगा जब उन्हें फिट ही नहीं है, जब ही इज नॉट बैटिंग.
इसका विकेट कीपिंग शुरू भी कब हुआ यार? अपन तो जब भी देखे, जब ऋषभ पंत इंजर होने से जस्ट पहले अपन ये देख रहे थे कि भाई दे वर ट्राइंग टू कम अप विद अ कवर फॉर दिस गाय, एंड आई हैव बीन सेइंग दिस इन दिसंबर नवंबर कि भाई ये कवर है इसके लिए कि इसको विकेट कीपिंग. अगर विकेट कीपिंग में उन्हें बॉल नहीं कीप कर पाया, फिर आप ड्रॉप करेंगे उसको? आप नहीं करेंगे ड्रॉप उसको. आप क्यों? आप बोलेंगे नहीं बैटिंग में अच्छा है, बट यू हैव टू टेक अ हिट समवेयर, एंड दैट विल प्रॉब्ली आइदर बी विद हिज injury, or you will give a lot of buys and leg buys and stuff like that. So I don't know if he's going to be able to be a very good wicketkeeper as well. I mean, Ishan Kishan is there. I think he should get the opportunity. Sanju
Bro,
Ko and Ishan को
like
मैं side by side डाल रहा हूँ.
we can have that conversation if he's fully fit. We can't even have the
Yeah.
conversation right now. He's not even fit. Like he's not
Exactly.
good. Like that's the problem. We can see okay, ठीक है उसको जबरदस्ती खिला रहे. We're trying to keep him as a keeper. It's part time. He's going to make mistakes. वो सब ठीक है. You got away with it. Rahul Dravid himself in 2003. He was a part time keeper. You got away with that. Maybe you get away with this, but that will only happen if the guy is fit. My only concern is that you're causing problems for the whole team. You're causing disruptions for the whole fan base and for everybody. There's no clarity about the thing. I have, like, if I know clearly by KL Rahul is not fit for the Asia Cup, Sanju Samson is my backup keeper. I'm starting with Ishan Kishan. That's it. We'll back the team, and whatever happens. You can't do anything. But here, you're causing problems going into the tournament for yourself more than anyone else.
Yeah, Nitish bhai joining us. Thank you so much. Any chance India playing final of Asia Cup? I don't see us beating Pakistan, Sri Lanka with our batting line. It's a process management style. Honestly, Sri Lanka की team is very much damaged at this point of time. अगर आप देख लो उन लोग के main players नहीं है. हसरंगा जो main leg spinner है उसको भी क्या कि grade 2 strain है. काफी they're missing a lot. They managed to cut paste a team 15-member squad right now, which consists of few youngsters as well. उनकी ओपनिंग अच्छी है, I would say, but again middle order has been a little iffy. Bowling has been a little bit waver, but yeah, Tikshana है I think lineup में. Actually, let's pull up the teams right now as we're speaking. We can go through the teams as well. But yeah, from the looks of it, I feel Sri Lanka as host nation haven't been the best prepared. उन लोगों को काफी इंजरी सस्टेन करना पड़ा in the recent times. So like looking at this, I mean, yes, Sri Lanka, very good all-rounder. We know what he's done in India as well when he played a spectacular innings alone on a khadke, thoda tha. But yeah, then Nisanka, very good. Karuna Ratne has been decent. But also, when coming to like the injuries and stuff that Sri Lanka has been facing with recently, taking out main bowlers, you don't see any of the main bowler. Maybe Patirana again, naya hai bacha, he's still young, he's 19-year-old. But from the likes of what we've seen Sri Lanka, they just look very last minute project completion. 15 minute ka squad submit kar diya.
Yeah, I think Hasaranga, there is a massive blow, but then you still have some players who have done really well in the past. You have Tikshana, he had a really good Asia Cup last time around. Dhirenja De Silva, he was really good both with bat and ball. Someone like a Shanaka, we've seen him, like, he uses himself a bit, conservatively with the ball, but he is a very good all-rounder. Karuna Ratne, unhe to bhai, like a proper player hai. He's the test captain too, I think. Kusal Pereira, Kusal Mendes, Asalanka, these guys are talented batters. Yes, Hasaranga not being there is a big hole for them, and this can cause them problems going in. But still, like, Madhushan, he impressed me last time around. But yes, I think Madhushan ka bhi nahi hai aur unhe bhi nahi hai Hasaranga.
Lahiro Kumara bhi nahi hai, fast bowler उन लोगों का काफी gaps है.
और एक उन्हें क्या है वो चमीरा उन्हें भी नहीं है, right? So yeah, there's 2-3 players missing, so that is going to, of course, it will hamper them a bit. But they're the home side, these players, at least they're playing in their home conditions. So even like Walilake, I saw him in the under-19 World Cup. He was a very impressive chap. Maybe like he knows these conditions. He's played in Sri Lanka before, so I think they can still produce some surprising results. But definitely थोड़ा hamper तो हो गया उन लोगों का with these injuries, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. अब इंडिया की टीम देखो, अगर आप पेपर पे देखो, आई थिंक इंडिया हैज अ वेरी गुड स्क्वाड. नहीं बोल के नहीं, बैलेंसिंग इशू इज देयर, बट इफ एवरीबॉडी प्लेज टू देयर स्ट्रेंथ्स रादर देन फोकसिंग ऑन द वीक स्पॉट्स, लाइक हाँ भाई नंबर 4 का इशू अगर आप ले लो है, 7 बैट्समैन को रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू अकाउंटेबिलिटी. टॉप 4 फॉर मी आर गोइंग.
I don't know if Faiz got stuck or I got stuck. Let me know आप किसको सुन सकते हैं. लेकिन हाँ, फैज इंडिया के बारे में बात कर रहे थे.
आगे आना वापस.
Yes, now we can see you.
Yeah, so I was saying, yeah, for me it was more like क्या बोला था मैं भूल गया भाई. हाँ, तो टॉप 4 को रिस्पांसिबल है. हाँ, टॉप 4 जो टॉप 3 है, विराट कोहली, रोहित शर्मा, if these guys get runs under the belt, which we've seen in recent times, are not being able to get a lot of runs. हाँ, एक आध आपको दिख गया, 150 जो कोहली मारा था श्रीलंका के अगेंस्ट, बट इनला अगर मारना शुरू कर दिया टॉप 3 ऑफ बीच का, लोगों को स्ट्रेस कम हो जाता. तो वो स्ट्रेस रिलीव करने का आई थिंक टॉप 4 को अकाउंटेबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा देना पड़ेंगे अपने को. यहाँ पे रिसेंट टाइम में दे जस्ट कवरिंग द गैप्स, बाय एक्सर एंड बाय वॉशिंगटन सुंदर एंड बाय दीस गाइस मिलना के जिता दे रहे. बट यू आर नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग रोहित शर्मा, यू आर नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग शुभमन गिल, नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग विराट कोहली, यू आर नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग द नंबर 4 whoever is at that time. ये टॉप 4 अगर मारना शुरू कर दे बॉस, देन इंडिया will easily reach 300 350s man. They'll easily reach it.
एक चीज है ये कंडीशंस में आई थिंक लाइक they'll also be able to take the time 50 ओवर का मैच है, it's not T20, you have to go from ball 1, so they can take their time a bit, and we know Rohit Sharma, he can catch up with any strike rate, Virat Kohli can catch up with any strike rate, so can Shubman Gill. So I think one thing is that the 50 over format suits these players, especially our top order, more than any other team. That's what I feel. लेकिन वही है कि भाई once you get the start, capitalizing on the start and playing the 50 overs. And also a bowling attack, if they're fully fit, if Bumrah, Shami, Siraj are playing, then I back that bowling attack. Even if you drop one and you play Shardul Thakur, I still fancy the attack. I think it's a good bowling attack. Yes, Pakistan probably is much better. Not much better, but they are better in terms of bowling. But batting wise, India is one of the strongest going into this tournament. अभी भी on paper अगर आप देखें, आप किसी को भी खिला दो 4 पे, अगर आप पांड्या को भी 4 पे खिला दो या आप किशन को, जडेजा, किसी को भी खिला दो, I still fancy this batting lineup. If Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill get going, even one out of the 3 contribute and get 100, then you're on your way to a big score. Then you have players like Hardik Pandya, Jadeja, Ishan Kishan who can finish off. Now where Ishan Kishan plays, that is also the question कि भाई KL Rahul तो नहीं खेल रहा पहला मैच पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट, तो KL Rahul नहीं खेल रहा, तो ईशान किशन किधर खेलने वाला है? मेरे हिसाब से मिडिल ऑर्डर में खेलना चाहिए, मगर आप तैयारी नहीं कर रहे इसके लिए, आप उसको ओपनिंग करा रहे 1 साल से, तो आप फिर किसको खिलाएंगे मिडिल ऑर्डर में? ये
वही सिचुएशन अगर अराइज हुआ तो मेरे को तो लगता है आई थिंक श्रेयस अय्यर 4 पे खेलेंगे, हार्दिक पांड्या, एंड देन इट प्रोबब्ली बी लाइक ईशान किशन.
Where at 6 you're saying?
6.
So again, this is my problem is lack of preparation, lack of planning, lack of clarity. That is the thing. Up, like you haven't, you knew that KL Rahul and Shreyas are injured, but instead of trying to plan, build backups and stuff like that, you were trying to experiment in a different way, which didn't work out. Now, at the end of the day, you need somebody in that number 4 slot. Who is that going to be? For me, it has to be Ishan Kishan or Shreyas Iyer. One of the two will have to play there. And if they do, then Ishan Kishan still has to bat in the middle order, 5, 6, wherever you try to slot him in. But have you prepared for that? Not really.
Yeah, but more than that, I think if India is like, चलो ठीक है, वो तो एक ongoing issue रहेगा ही रहेगा. I've been throughout the course of time again.
Issue है because आप prepare नहीं करे. अगर आप ईशान किशन को middle order में खिलाए 2 साल से, last year से अगर आप खिला रहे आपके wicket keeper को as KL Rahul's replacement, फिर आपको ये issue नहीं रहता था.
अब जो रोहित शर्मा के बात पे अगर मैं जा रहा हूँ फॉर आई मीन इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू क्रिएट एनी काइंड ऑफ अ डिफरेंस, बट वो वही बोले कि एवरीवन इज अकाउंटेबल. दे नो कि भाई हमारे को कभी भी कोई सिचुएशन में कहीं भी खेलने को ऑर्डर आ सकता है, ऐसा नहीं है, और फ्लेक्सिबल होना जरूरी है. चलो ठीक है, ले लिया वो पॉइंट, बट मेरे को वही एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट इज द टॉप 3 टॉप 4 दैट नीड टू स्टेप अप फॉर इंडिया दिस टाइम. एंड ये जो नंबर 6 नंबर 7 जो भी, डोंट इवन ट्राई टू टेक इट. यस ऑब्वियसली हर मैच में आप परफॉर्मेंस एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हो, लेकिन जहां तक आप रस्सी खींच सकते हो आप खींचो, आप ट्राई करो, गेट रन्स अंडर योर बेल्ट, गेट टू अ गुड स्टार्ट. 50 ओवर, टेक योर टाइम भाई. 2020 कैसे खेलना होगा. मेन मैन अगेन हियर विल बी हार्दिक पांड्या. बीच में जो मेन है उसकी क्या स्ट्रेटजी रहने वाली है. आई मीन ही गॉट गुड फिगर्स अगेंस्ट पाकिस्तान, particularly he's done well against them, but he is the one who has to deliver in this tournament, either with the ball. He has been done decent things with the ball, but batting के हिसाब से he needs to be more than what he. We know potential बहुत है बंदे में, but अभी तक नहीं है. नीतीश भाई saying I don't see Sky in the ODI setup, but what to do? Samson wasted. I mean देखो भाई, it's very harsh I think Nitish bhai, like for what I am standing up for Samson only is that Sri Lanka mein he was injured, like the series he had to go back to Bombay. After that he's got what 6 months he didn't do anything, 4-5 months. अभी आप एकदम जुलाई में लाके फिर भी वो 3 मैचों में he managed to get a 50, so he should actually get promoted above Sky. वैसा देखे तो, वैसा अगर मैं देख रहा हूँ तो, right, he's got a 50 and 50. He's doing his job. He's playing like he wants to play, coming and hitting 20 runs, 20. हाँ, he's not made the most of the opportunity, but opportunity को हाँ आप ये dictate करना. 7 ODI रखना था, 3 T20s रखना था. 70, I mean I don't know how the schedule gets planned, but if they had 7 ODI opportunities, maybe they would have more chance to. But 3 ODI में कितना है आपको चांस, कितना ही है. और पहले ओडीआई तो आप देख लो आधी बैटिंग ऑर्डर उड़ गई थी बॉस. इट वाजंट जस्ट सैमसन, इट वाज एवरीबॉडी. रोहित शर्मा हैड टू कम एंड मेक यू विन.
नहीं, बात तो सही है, बट लाइक वही है कि संजू सैमसन he didn't grab his chances, neither did Surya Kumar Yadav. Nobody grabbed the chances. But if Rahul is not fit, Shreyas Iyer is not fit, you have to go with the players who have played. Even if they haven't performed, you have to go with them. Now you're taking a huge gamble with Tilak Verma. Will that work? Will that not work? I don't know. So that's the thing, right? Like,
regardless of it, sorry, just one more. Regardless of it working or not, yes, if it works, we'll always be happy. We'll all be saying, "Wow, wow, kya experiment kare." But then if it goes south, then it's finished. His career is
Yeah,
probably
but that's
done.
the thing. If it works, you're not going to talk about this. You're going to say, yeah, Samson had his chance, he didn't grab it. If it doesn't work, you're going to say Samson ko kyun nahi leke gaye. So that's what's going to happen.
And
But if you that's what I'm saying. You have to be better planned. You have to be better prepared in this situation. आप जिस बंदे को खिलाना चाह रहे हैं, क्या करना चाह रहे हैं, आप पहले से क्लैरिटी रखना चाह रहे हैं. आप उम्मीद पे ये टीम बना दिए कि केएल राहुल और श्रेयस अय्यर दोनों फिट रहेंगे एशिया कप और वर्ल्ड कप के लिए. अनफॉर्चुनेटली एक तो फिट नहीं है. सो नाउ यू आप जुगाड़ में बिजी है कि भाई ऐसा करेंगे वैसा करेंगे, तो अब थोड़ा मुश्किल हो गया. अब श्रेयस अय्यर आएगा नंबर 4 पे, हारिस रॉफ पहला ओवर में धौड़ शॉर्ट बॉल धाड़ बोल के बोल्ड कर दिया. फिर आप क्या बोलेंगे नंबर 4 का? ये भी हो सकता है, राइट? तो लाइक होने के लिए तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, बट एंड लाइक यू नो श्रेयस अय्यर हैज नॉट प्लेड क्रिकेट इन द लास्ट 6-7 months. केएल राहुल हैज नॉट प्लेड क्रिकेट इन द लास्ट ईयर. तो that is the problem that you are facing right now. And if you wanted to play Tilak Verma in the team, then you should have played him in the one days before that. Why are you playing him in the T20s? आप वनडे में खिलाना था उसको. अगर आपको लेफ्ट हैंडर होना था, वनडे में खिलाना था. तो यही है. तो right now it's all last minute जुगाड़. आप you're trying to finalize the exam. But I still feel, if you look at it overall, it's still a very good team. The problem is we don't have clarity and we're too dependent on people and we're not planned. But if you look at it player by player, it's still a very good team. There's still a lot of talent. You have match winners in the team.
What would be your team composition, knowing that KL Rahul अब नहीं खेलने वाला है? How would you? I mean, obviously Ishan in for KL direct, or obviously you would want to play Sanju maybe, but yeah.
Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli 1 down, Shreyas Iyer 4, number 5 Ishan Kishan, number 6 Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja at 7, and then your 4 bowlers. I would play Shami, Siraj, Bumrah and Kuldeep, but you could take out one of them and play Thakur. That's a big call, but you could do that. But that's what my order would be.
यही है यार, बैटिंग के पीछे जो आजकल फिर गया यार, बैटिंग डेप्थ बैटिंग. नाउ आई अंडरस्टैंड इट द सिचुएशन, बट बैक देन आल्सो लाइक 7 तक बैटिंग बहुत हो गई थी यार एक जमाने में. आजकल बहुत डिपेंडेंसी बीच और लोअर ऑर्डर में बहुत आ गई यार बैटिंग. ऊपर वालों को सवाल कहीं को नहीं कर रहे कोई भी. लाइक दैट इज आल्सो लाइक अ क्वेश्चन टू थिंक. दैट टॉप 4 रन्स हैव टू ऑलवेज कम फ्रॉम योर टॉप 2 मिडिल 4th 5th. वक्त अभी तो भाई गिरे पड़े तक, जब तक आप स्टेडियम तक वापस चले गए. हाँ, if they're having the potential, like Shami has the potential to hit crucial runs, I get that. हाँ, 11 of 6 का situation है, आके छिक्का मारने की ability रहना, like Douglas Murray जो जिम्बाब्वे के लिए करा था एक बार, ऐसा चीज़ ना, ठीक है चलो, I understand. उतनी तो बैटिंग आना चाहिए, आप फिराए वैसे तो आना चाहिए बैटिंग, but it shouldn't be like their
it's a mental booster now.
No, it's like if it should not be the criteria to get selected into the team.
No, what the thing is now, if you look at Park, if you're Babar Azam, you're saying ki bhai, I can play with a bit more freedom because I know Shaheen can swing it, I know Shadab can hit, I know Nawaz can hit, I even know Naseem has a long handle. So it just gives the top order that freedom that we can bat a bit more freely. Whereas if you're going to play with the extra bowler, then you say, okay, I have to take the responsibility and everything. वहाँ पे जाके आपका run rate शायद sacrifice हो सकता है. Whereas if you have that extra bowler who can bat, then you can play with a bit more freedom, knowing that key thing is just more of a psychological thing more than anything else, and sometimes it does work.
चलो भाई, like psychologically again वो percentages तो निकालना पड़ेगा कितनी बार. Again it's like for a bowler, आप सोचो उन्हें सब मेहनत करके वेरिएशन सिखा, ये करा वो करा. आप सोचो आप सिराज को सैक्रिफाइस कर दे फॉर शार्दुल ठाकुर. एक बात कितना नहीं वियर्ड है, सिराज आपका नंबर 1 जो बॉलर है ओडीआईज में और हर जगह, आप उसको सैक्रिफाइस करना क्यों बोलो शार्दुल ठाकुर को बैटिंग है. तो ऑब्वियसली फ्रॉम बॉलर्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू विल बी लाइक भाई मेरे को बैटिंग नहीं आती, पर वो मेरा फोर्ट है, वो मेरी काबिलियत ही नहीं है भाई. मेरी काबिलियत है विकेट लेना, मेरा काबिलियत आप वो सैक्रिफाइस करके आप सिर्फ एक्स्ट्रा रन अंडर योर बेल्ट. ऐसा सोचो कि भाई 3 बॉलर ज्यादा डाल दिए तो आपको शायद विकेट ज्यादा मिल जाएंगे.
But the problem is the cricket has changed now, right? Now so your opposition is batting deep as well. Now every other team apart from you is batting till 8-9, so then that will put you in a complex. So that's why you have to think about it. I understand where you're coming from, but यही है. अब शादाब यही लास्ट सीरीज देख लो, शादाब जिता दिया था गेम, राइट? उन्हें नसीम शाह बैटिंग करके, अब वो तो देख रहे होंगे इंडियन टीम, रोहित शर्मा देख रहा होगा भाई ने नंबर 8 पे आके जिता दिया. So it does work when you have that thing, but unfortunately you don't have that luxury, so you have to take a sacrifice somewhere. That is the thing. अब पाकिस्तान को भी देख लो, उन लोग उस्मान खादिर को थोड़ी खिला रहे जो बैटिंग नहीं आती. They're not playing, they're playing Shadab, right? They're playing Nawaz. They're not playing Usman Khadir. Usman Khadir is also an experiment thing. They went Usama Mir ahead of Usman Khadir. Why? Because he can bat. So they're doing the same thing, but they're lucky that they have that.
But the difference here is, Shadab is a good batsman. Nawaz is also an okay. अपने कने जो बैट्समैन bowling करते, they're not particularly very well to do. Like you don't see a consistent run, chance of हाँ मार सकते.
No, the
वो
difference
तो
is
शाम
that Shadab is a leggy who can bat. We
leg
don't have a
spinner.
leggy who can bat. That is the only difference. Because we have a Nawaz type player, we have Jadeja, but we
Yeah,
don't have a
exactly.
leggy.
वही उसके लिए
The
अब
difference
पूरे
is there.
पूरा वो sacrifice करना मेरे को तो खैर समझ में नहीं आया. I would say play your best players regardless of what, back their abilities, back their capabilities. उन लोगों को आता जो वो खिलाओ और वो डिलीवर नहीं करे जब आप सवाल खड़े करो. आप उनको बोलोगे आप बैटिंग नहीं कर सकते तो सॉरी आप साइड में, आप बॉलिंग बैटिंग कर सकते हो आप आ जाओ. तो मेरे को तो थोड़ा weird दिख रहा, but I do understand कि हाँ भाई there are obviously other teams that you have to look at and stuff. But maybe if you have strengths, just utilize it and give your best. Everyone in that department. But Pakistan team again, we've spoken about this. I think from this team, Salman Ali Agha, South Shakil also back in the squad, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he's also back in the
Yeah,
11
he's
आ
also-
गई पाकिस्तान की कल के लिए.
हाँ 11 भी आ गई है पाकिस्तान के कल के लिए. वो तो नेपाल के अगेंस्ट मैच है, उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. बट या फ्रॉम दिस थिंग पाकिस्तान डज लुक बैलेंस्ड. They do have, like you said, 8-9, but it's just the Shaheen's first over, man. I don't know, वो इतनी डरावनी चीज है ना. जब भी आप वेल्स फायर में देख लो वो करा, आप इंडिया को एशिया कप में देख लो उन्हें डिसमेंटल करा, आप हर जगह देखो जो फर्स्ट ओवर बॉल इन स्विंगिंग नेचुरली एंड आल्सो आउट अगर आप फिरा रहे. He is the most ruthless thing that you can get. You can get an edge to slip, and you can expect a LBW or a bold from this guy.
Yeah, 100%. Now, if conditions suit them, if it's under lights, they're bowling, you get a bit of swing, they will exploit it. But at the same time, it's going to be a 50 over game now. So Shaheen, Naseem, Haris have to bowl at full till 10 overs against a good Indian batting lineup. So I think competition to acha रहेगा. It won't be like of course there will be times they will dominate, but there will be times Indian batters dominate too. I think it'll be a very good contest.
Hopefully.
Hopefully we see 2 matches at least, and potentially 3. I think it can swing both ways. There could be times where Shaheen's picking up 5 for, there could be times he doesn't pick up a wicket too. It just depends, because now it's a different ball game. It's a 50 over contest. He has to bowl a 10 over spell now. Of course, he has the talent. He will definitely pick up wickets. He's dangerous, and he has some good backup. But again, it's going to be a good contest. I feel it. They won't just steamroll every single match. I think it'll be a good contest between both bat and ball.
100%. वो तो है भाई. इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच अगेन there's always that extra factor thing. क्या बोलते हैं अपने इब्राहिम भाई is in the comments. Thank you for joining. He says Pakistan middle order is a little concerned. Iftikhar Agha and Rizwan are not performing good enough. The Pakistan top 3 and lower are performing more. Exactly. I think that is one area I was also looking at. कि भाई they are not getting numbered because they have not even played a lot of ODI. अगर आप even like with the inclusion of South Shakil back into the squad, I thought they don't have enough chemistry in that team in the middle order particularly. And Rizwan has been not performing at all, though. I mean, I think when a 50 mara tha in the last
game,
if I'm not wrong, he was good as well. Babar Azam has got his rhythm, like he's performed back-to-back 50s. Again, Abdullah Shafiq, we don't know him yet in this sphere, but South Shakir, Salman Ali Agha and Rizwan is a little bit of concern. Tayyab Tahir again is a reserve. He's not available for selection. I think that is also a concern that Pakistan have. But Shadab is one who's also going to help them in the middle order as well. I think he's been performing well. He's got a decent bat, like Mr. Was said, but again on the day it'll be different.
Yeah, I think they bat deep, and they have, even if 1 or 2 in the middle order don't perform, you do have backup in Nawaz and Shadab who can come and hit it in the end as well. Of course, again, the top, a lot will be dependent, like India on the top order. आपके top 3 Imam-ul-Haq, Fakhr, Babar कैसा खेलते, कैसा start देते. अगर उन लोग अच्छा start देते, if that takes the pressure off the middle order, they can play with more freedom, and they can keep attacking and get to a big score. Now the question will come is जब उन लोग 12 for 2 है या 12 for 3 है, will they have that capability of counter-attacking a team like India or even a team like Sri Lanka or Bangladesh? Will they be able to counter-attack if they're 2-3 down in the first 5 overs? यहाँ पे उनका सवाल उठेगा, and that's for any other team, I think, in this tournament. India,
but I think with Pakistan, the good thing as well is that they've got like 4 top order batsmen. They can always shuffle according to situations, and Rizwan is like on his day जबरदस्त खिलाड़ी है. उन्हें भी आके he can hold the fort and sort of get runs under his belt again. But consistency factor रह चुका है पाकिस्तान के साथ. With their bowling, even 270 will be an amazing target for them. Like 280 आप अगर कर लिए, अगर इन लोग के बोला चढ़ गए, then it'll just be another very good thing for Pakistan.
No, 100%. Like bowling तो उन लोग की बहुत तगड़ी है. But again, there will be pressure on them too. I think because it's a 50 over tournament, उन लोग पे भी pressure रहेगा.
Because ज्यादा खेले भी नहीं ना पूरा थ्रू आउट दिस ईयर. आप देखो टेस्ट मैचेस खेले न्यूजीलैंड से खेले टेस्ट मैचेस, इंग्लैंड से दिसंबर से लेके जनवरी तक खेले, फिर न्यूजीलैंड आई, फिर अब हाल में दे जस्ट गॉट अफगानिस्तान जस्ट बिफोर द ब्रिंक आउट रिटर्न, दे मैनेज्ड टू प्ले अफगानिस्तान. So yeah, it's just not been a lot of thing, and that's why the chemistry is more in the test matches. आप देखो श्रीलंका में भी जाके टेस्ट ही खेले ना, so they've just played a lot of test cricket. There's not a lot of chemistry, and ODI running between the wickets are different when you compare it to a test. But yeah, I mean Afghanistan, with all due respect to them, it was a good practice session for them. Maybe they got a few reality checks थोड़े बहुत मिल गए पाकिस्तान को जहाँ जरूरी था. In the second ODI particularly, आप देख लो Shaheen was economical but he didn't get wicket. Then he managed to get 2 wickets towards the end. So the deal with Shaheen is again फर्स्ट ओवर्स में भी है, फिर डेथ ओवर्स में भी है उसका, गेटिंग द विकेट्स, मिडिल ऑर्डर को उखाड़ देना, कुछ भी कर सकता उन्हें. But from batting point of view, again, yeah, there are a few issues, maybe particularly in
Fakhar Zaman also for me is a bit of a concern in Asian conditions.
Iffy,
अगर
yeah.
उसका
He's angry
record
runs.
उठा लो एशिया में, थोड़ा सा उन्हें slow wickets पे थोड़ा struggle करता, especially when in the middle overs थोड़ा सा problem रहता how to construct that innings. I mean, away from home he's been fabulous. We saw in the Champions Trophy final, we've seen in South Africa he scored a big 100. But Asian conditions में Fakhar has been a bit suspect. तो उसका भी form लगना जरूरी है. अगर उन्हें नहीं चला तो उन लोगों के लिए भी problem रहेगा, because strike rate उन्हें संभाल लेता. अगर उन्हें form में है, he can get quick runs, get the ball to that boundary. He takes the pressure off someone like a Imam who can then solidify the innings. Imam is someone who उन्हें टिक के खेलता, चिकट player है उन्हें.
Exactly,
whereas,
yeah.
Fakhar is someone who is stroke maker, but he's struggling to find those runs in these conditions. He likes the ball coming on. Sri Lanka again, it's going to be a slow pitch. थोड़ा सा stop and start रहेगा उसके लिए. तो मेरे हिसाब से फखर का फॉर्म बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रहने वाला है. It's going to be very crucial.
And that's why he needed the runs against Afghanistan, but वो भी नहीं आए उसको. He didn't manage to get off a very good start, but Imam Ullah, yeah, I think चिकट है, he'll be able to build the innings. Him and Babar will probably, if they get together, हो जाते विकेट पे दोनों, like they both will take their sweet time to play and stuff like that.
और फिर है, अब देखो प्लेयर है, चाचू भी है, सलमान आगा, these guys, you just need like some contributions from these players. Mohammad Rizwan, like you said, is a very good player as well. They have options, it's not like that, but I think वही टॉप से अगर एक आध स्टार्ट कोई दे दिए, जैसा इंडिया के लिए अगर कोई दे सकते तो then they will be in a good position.
Yeah, 100%. I think they're also front runners towards getting a final spot. मैं नहीं बोलूँगा पाकिस्तान नहीं आ सकती इस फाइनल में. They are very strong in the 6 that I see India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and like probably Bangladesh.
मेरे को ये टीम सबसे बेस्ट दिख रही है.
Yeah, Bangladesh has been a good squad. I mean, they've got good. They've played a lot. ODIs England के against खेल चुके थे, and they've done a fair bit. Shakib Al Hasan again come back as captain, again most experienced player. He's had his issues with the management. He's had his issues with the umpires. लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं से एंड में आके he takes the armband and he starts saying मैं captain यहाँ का. And yeah, it's good to see Litin Das again was not able to handle the pressure I think of captaincy. उसको बनाए थे लेकिन maybe just decided कि भाई नको मेरे को captaincy. यार टेस्ट का captain है अभी भी, I'm not sure. But a fantastic batsman. T20 में अपने को हाथ में ला दिया था जरे में उन्हें, जब बारिश नहीं होती थी तो बच गए इंडिया वो दिन तो. But yeah, I mean Bangladesh is a very good squad. Mustafizur will be key for them. I think a condition we've seen what he's done. He has a good economical length and line and length, and बहुत चिकट है when it comes to line and length. And I think Mustafizur will be their key bowler. Ibadat Hussain also a very good fast bowler. Mehdi Hasan Miraj.
Is he fit? Is Ibadat Hussain fit?
I think he's fit. Yeah, he's fit.
तस्कीन नहीं है
8 पे है.
तस्किन भी है. हाँ, तो लाइक बॉलिंग तो अच्छी है इन लोगों की. मेहदी हसन भी हम लोग भूल रहे हैं, जबरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस था इंडिया के अगेंस्ट. टेरिफिक ऑलराउंडर. ही कैन स्कोर रन्स टुवर्ड्स द एंड. ही कैन फिनिश इट ऑफ विद द बॉल. ही इज वेरी हैंडी. ही कैन बॉल इन द पावर प्ले टू. वेरी हैंडी प्लेयर. इफ यू लुक एट देयर बैटिंग एक्सपीरियंस इज देयर, बट यू आल्सो हैव यूथ. साकिब अल हसन, मुशफिकुर, they played plenty of World Cups and Asia Cups, and they will be accompanied by someone. Liton Das, Shanto as well is a very explosive player as well when he gets going. So I think it's a good balance between youth and experience. मुझे तो अच्छी टीम दिख रही है. Again, Bangladesh बहुत जज्बाती रहते हैं. They get very excited with emotions. If they can control that, focus on the cricket and just on the basics, they have a good chance of making the finals. That's how I look at it. Especially if they can get through this group, because Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, it's not an easy group. Sri Lanka, they have a huge rivalry that the crowd is going to be on Bangladesh in that game, which is on Thursday. And then the Afghanistan game also you can't take lightly. Afghanistan have some world-class players. They put Pakistan in tricky situations in that series too, although they lost 3-0. But if Bangladesh can get out of that group, they can cause problems for India and Pakistan too. It's a good team, and Nitesh Bhai bhi bolte, don't underestimate them. Playing on these kind of wickets, it will suit them. Saqib Al Hasan for me is one of the best all-rounders in the world over the last 4 or 5 years. Yes, he's been banned in between. Something has happened here and there. Magar aap 2019 World Cup dekh lo, kaisa performance tha England mein. Now he's playing in conditions which will suit him a bit more. With the ball and bat, he's an incredible player, man. One of the best players.
Yeah, और काफी ये जो players है, I think they've also played in the ACC emerging, so they know the conditions pretty well. अभी श्रीलंका में काफी टाइम स्पेंड कर चुके बांग्लादेश के थोड़े बहुत, जैसे like Tanjeet Tamim, I think Naeem and Toy Zerdoi, I think they've managed to stay. Mehdi Hasan Miraz, I think as well. They were all in this ACC championship, and they have got a glimpse of what is to come for the Asia Cup. So they could be probably well prepared. Shanto, again, a very key batsman for them. Bhai, over this year, he's been a fantastic asset for Bangladesh cricket. Kafi centuries mara. He getting off to good starts, driving it towards century and stuff. Even against India, he was decent in. I think had a decent innings. When they almost pulled it back, I think in the second or third test, Shanto and Mushfiqur Rahman who were like batting. So yeah, Shanto mere hisab se I think key player hai for Bangladesh. But yeah, like these guys saying, don't underestimate them. They've defeated India in the ODI series, and if they get going, it's just that emotion factor, like you said. I think they know how to close the match. They'll be doing very, very good.
Yeah, Ibrahim bhai ka ek sawal hai. Will you guys select KL Rahul for World Cup, considering he won't play a match before that, as the squad is going to be announced this coming Sunday or Monday? I wouldn't have selected him for the Asia Cup or the World Cup, knowing his fitness if I was selected. But the fact that they selected him in the Asia Cup, there's a chance he'll be selected for the World Cup too. But if you ask me, if the man's not fit, you shouldn't select him for any tournament. When he's fit, then of course you could consider him 100%. KL Rahul, I would consider in my team. But if he's not fit, I understand that his substitutes, the people who came in, have not performed to the expectations that you want, and you need a player like that. Lekin agar unhe fit nahi hai, if he's not medically fit to play a match, then how can you pick him in the squad?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think Meko to I'm the biggest, like, I'm not really understood KL Rahul since a long time right now. It's just the impact or the level of क्या बोलते हैं अपन, जितना एम्फसाइज कर रहे बैटिंग की स्ट्रेंथ और डेप्थ को, अपन उतना ही निगलेक्ट कर रहे इंजरीज को. लाइक we're just वो बोलते ना हिरिस, जो बोलते ना लालच ऑफ बैटिंग होना, उसमें आप वो चीज़ ओवरलुक कर दे रहे. आप ये नहीं देख रहे कि रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट्स, अगर ये बंदा इंजर हो गया तो पूरे को बैगन में मिल गई, वहां स्क्वाड में एक होल आ गया. लाइक आप समझ रहे हैं इंपैक्ट.
मैं मानता हूं you're a weaker team without KL Rahul, but मगर if you take him, you're going to weaken yourself even more because he's not fit. If it's a fit KL Rahul, it's a different kind of thing. I've always backed him as a player. I like him as a batsman. No, I have no issues. But if he's not fit, then you're causing problems for your team. I also agree that playing Sanju Samson is a risk. I also agree that playing Ishan Kishan is a risk. But
ये नहीं होगा कि भाई एक चीज है ये नहीं होगा कल को कि अगर आप इंजर्ड KL राहुल को भाई जब मालूम, इतनी जल्दी पलटेंगी पब्लिक, याद रख लो कि भाई जब मालूम था बंदे को इंजरी तो लेके कहीं हो गया. अभी तो सब बोल रहे KL राहुल को डालो, ये करो. भाई मालूम था तो कहीं को लेके गए. मुस्तफा इंजर्ड है मेरी टीम में, मुस्तफा को खिला लिया, भाई तू कहीं खिलाया. अगर जीते तो ओ माय गॉड KL राहुल विद इंजरी गोट ये वो शुरू कर देंगे. लेकिन अगर इंजरी बीच में हो गई, मोरल तो पहले जाएगा नीचे. मोरल ये,
and you're showing to the opposition, like to Pakistan and everybody else, that भाई we're too dependent on this player. They're probably thinking भाई इन लोग तो confused है, हम लोग आके उड़ा देंगे जो भी उनकी बैटिंग ऑर्डर है. तो if you say that कि KL Rahul is not fit, he's not playing the Asia Cup, Sanju Samson is playing in our middle order, or even Tilak Verma is playing in our middle order,
I will not have a problem.
No issues, because then they'll also keep भाई Tilak Verma कौन है, this that and everything, थोड़ा out of syllabus आ जा सकता है, and he might even score runs against Pakistan. He might even score 100. We don't know. But at least give your players that confidence कि whoever is there as a backup कि भाई लोग ये बंदा fit नहीं है, आप पे rely कर रहे हैं, आप जाके खेलो, अगर नहीं हुआ तो ठीक है. Then you can say ठीक है नहीं था player, हार गए, it's okay.
Yeah, but don't leave any stone like unturned. वो बोलते ना जो भी है, don't leave anything out in the dugout. Like अगर आप इंजर्ड KL राहुल को जाओगे, कर दिया, वेरी गुड भाई, हम लोग भी खुश होंगे. लेकिन नहीं करा और मुंह की खाए और उन्हें वापस घर को आया, फिर एनसीए में रहा, देन एनसीए को मैं लाइक एनसीए को सवाल उठाना पड़ेगा. भाई तुम्हारा जो प्रोसीजर ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट है क्या है? फिर तो
आप लास्ट टाइम भी ऐसे ही करे अवेश खान के साथ, आप उसको पूरे T20s खिलाए, उन्हें पिट गया लास्ट सीरीज में अगेंस्ट साउथ अफ्रीका. End में क्या हुआ? Bumrah got injured. You needed a player. You took him out of the squad. You got in Shami, who didn't play T20 cricket in such a long time. And yeah, okay, fine. Shami is still an amazing bowler, but again, you saw he wasn't 100% fit in that World Cup. So you're gonna make the same problem with same issue with mistake with
Again, he
Shreyas, same
came,
mistake
he
with
bowled, he
Bumrah.
had an amazing impact. First match में शमी 3 विकेट निकालता, impact जबरदस्त, but फिर आगे जाके फिर वही हुआ कि भाई he was not feeling himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean probably be a initial क्या बोलते हैं जज्बात से बैट्समैन खेलेगा, but when you go back after a good innings and you sit at home and you feel the stiffness of your injury, then you'll start contradicting yourself. So I mean yeah, again it can swing both ways as well. इंजरी के साथ जाओ, इंजरी के बाद जाओ. अगर मेंटल स्टेट कैसे विराट केएल राहुल की, will he be able to play with the injury? Then okay, fine. I don't know. Nepal again a new inclusion, again Asia Cup में we've not seen them a lot play a lot of cricket, but you know again ये ऐसे टीम्स हमेशा आके कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. You know they can throw you off the radar. आपको मालूम नहीं होता what's coming. Like Saudi Arabia versus Argentina. I mean, though Saudi Arabia is a very good football team, but again Argentina, you know, we've seen these kinds of things happen in big tournaments जहाँ पे the bigger team who है, they sort of feel कि हाँ भाई इन लोग को लाइट लेके मारेंगे, but छोटी टीम आके, and that's what Nepal is, right? Nepal is a very क्या बोलते emotional, connect से खेलते हैं ना. जब हम लोग का qualification हुआ था for the World Cup qualifiers, the way पूरा atmosphere बन गया था.
क्या भर के आई थी crowd वहाँ पे?
भर के भाई झाड़ों पे खड़ गए थे, बॉस. लाइक पत्ते कम थे, लोग ज्यादा थे झाड़ पे, you know. So I think it was fantastic. I mean, very young squad है, काफी लोग. थोड़ा I think on the one I know is Lamichan है, I think Musa, that's the one.
सबसे बड़ा न्यूज़ है that he has arrived in Pakistan. उस पे केस चल रहा था. So he wasn't going to play in the Asia Cup because of the case, but now that case has been delayed or whatever, and he is going to join the squad and he will play. He's the main player. He's you know I think
he's
he was
a
in the
good
Delhi
leg
Capitals
spinner,
in the IPL.
Yeah, in Delhi Capitals, he was in the PSL. He's played a lot of cricket. I mean, I didn't know that this guy, but now that I'm reading about him, he's been in, even I think he was in the GT20 and stuff. GT20.
Yeah. He's played in the IPL too. Like he's a very good leg spinner. You know, he's the best player,
CPL
best
maybe.
bowler. Around the world, he's picked up a lot of wickets in these conditions. I think it will suit him. Someone like Rohit Podal, who's their captain, unhe bhi all-rounder hai. He's an impressive player. Dipendra Singh is a very good batsman. Bhim Shakti is also a very good batsman. But again, they're playing against India, Pakistan. It's a bit unfair. You know, 50 overs will be they will be extremely challenged. But for them, I think it's about you know, just playing fearless cricket,
arriving on the map. Arriving on the map.
Playing cricket, something for the crowd to look at. You know, everyone in Nepal, Kathmandu, wherever it is, they're going to be all watching the game. So chutti le lenge kal and enjoy your players play. I think they should play with freedom. अगर लग गया bonus तो ठीक है. अगर आप किसी को इंडिया या पाकिस्तान को upset कर सकते तो you never know.
You remember
Hong Kong, I remember in 2018. They were chasing 270 against India and they were 170 for 0. I remember that game very clearly. So you never know what can happen over here as well with Nepal. They just play with freedom, and end of the day, it's a good learning experience for them. Like you said, the crowd that they have, it's so passionate about cricket, and this is a good step forward. It's a historic game for them. They're playing in Multan. First time they're playing the Asia Cup. So all the best to the whole Nepal team and the country itself.
Yeah, and yeah, a few of these guys, again, they've come from the ACC emerging. They know of these conditions. I think the brothers, I think Arif and Asif, these guys are brothers also. They were also in the ACC emerging cup. So, अच्छा है, exposure है, like you said. I mean, with every tournament, you are rubbing shoulders with India. I mean, you're usually into the, you know, bucket of Zimbabwe, yeah, maybe Oman, and these kind of people who don't play cricket. But when you're playing India, Pakistan, again, the learning that you get, immense learning है. आपको समझ में आता, अच्छा ऐसा रहता, विराट कोहली का दिमाग वैसा खेलते हैं. And you take that back, and like Afghanistan over the years, they've grown as a very strong T20 team. You never know. Nepal can over the years, you know. But again, I'm not going to count anybody out. At any day, any team can beat anyone. We've seen that. Remember back in the day, अगर आपको और एक मैच याद दिलाओ, ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस बांग्लादेश का जो ड्रामेटिक मैच था, जो बांग्लादेश जीती थी, वो टाइम के बाद they hit Australia. So anything is possible, especially with India. Anything is possible with India. But yeah, I think it's good to see Nepal, you know, finally arriving and learning whatever it is. Now this is a team, like again, a lot of questions on this team. They've played cricket for quite some time. Top tier cricket में भी रह चुके हैं. T20 में तो ऐसी team है नहीं. I mean, they're always a problem, but 50 over ज्यादा इन लोगों का नहीं चला अभी तक. Like they've been having their problems, particularly, you know, batting. Bowling also is stacked, but we saw that, you know, beaten up. But batting के हिसाब से, again, they're very dependent on Rahmanullah Gurbaz. You know, even the other opener, I forgot what his name was. Was it? I think it was Ibrahim Zadran or someone was the other opener. जो 227 मारे थे पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट. बट अगेन इट्स जस्ट अगर ये लोग नहीं चले फिर मिडिल ऑर्डर नहीं सस्टेन होती. इन लोगों की मिडिल ऑर्डर हमेशा ब्रेकअप हो जाती. 5 विकेट चले जाते, 4 विकेट 6 विकेट चले जाते, एंड देन जस्ट break down. And like you said, हमेशा emotional हो जाते when they particularly play Pakistan. So for Afghanistan again, it's going to be a test of patience, and they need to, Rashid Khan has to step up. Rashid Khan भी बहुत पिटा है ये 3 ODI में.
अरे उनका वही है, बैटिंग का मसला है, एंड बॉलिंग में फास्ट बॉलर्स थोड़ा सा लीक कर देते हैं रन. स्पिनर्स तो उनके इनक्रेडिबल है. मुजीब भी जबरदस्त फॉर्म में है. ठीक है, राशिद पिट गया, बट ही इज अ वर्ल्ड क्लास प्लेयर. आई थिंक ही विल कम बैक. नबी इज आल्सो वेरी एक्सपीरियंस्ड विद बोथ बैट एंड बॉल, बट दे नीड देयर बैटिंग टू स्टेप अप. समवन लाइक करीम जन्नत, हजमुतुल्लाह शादी द कैप्टन, इब्राहिम जरदान इज अ वेरी टैलेंटेड बैटर टू. दे हैव टू गिव इवन इकराम the wicket keeper, he's also a very talented player, but they have to give Gurbaz support. Right now Gurbaz is carrying that batting lineup. They're all expecting him to score the runs, but everyone needs to chip in. Even if they chip in 50s, they can get to a good score. And look, against Pakistan, the second one day they should have won it, there's no doubt. Their batting did well, they gave them the score. And when the pressure situation came, their fast bowlers in particular lost their cool, started bowling wides, ye wo. So yahi problem hai, discipline ka issue hai. They get a bit stressed out and disparate around. Again, it's an inexperienced team, I understand. That's all they have to work on. In terms of talent, they're ridiculous, man. That spin bowling lineup is the best in the tournament for Afghanistan. There's no team that has better spinning lineup than Afghanistan in the Asia Cup.
Yeah, 100%. That is what will be their slower pitches. But I think they need to just capitalize. Maybe see what they toss jeet ke jo bhi batting bowling, but they need to get to a good score to at least give their batsmen to defend, bowlers to defend.
And when they do get to a good score, they have to be disciplined and they have to relax
Finish
a
it
bit.
off.
Thoda sa aram se, focus on what's in hand. Don't get too anxious about winning a game,
carried away,
especially when you're playing against Pakistan in a close game. I think you just relax a bit and then take it from there, because man, in the last 3-4 times they played Pakistan, they should have won those games, and they lost every single one of those. Naseem Shah twice, once it was Asif Ali. They should have won all those 3 games. So they get into when they get into good positions, it's about stamping their authority. Finishing it off, and it'll take some time, but hopefully they learn. Yes, we know that T20 they're a stronger team than 50 overs, but we've seen 50 overs as well. There have been a lot of bright sparks in this team, and it's about just taking it to another level. And like you mentioned, the pitches are बहुत important है भाई. ऐसे slow pitches पे अगर आप 270 280 defend कर रहे हैं, you back Nabi, you back Mujib and Rashid. You can also play Noor Ahmed. You can play 4 spinners. You can cause problems to India Pakistan also with this kind of bowling lineup.
Yeah, 100%. And again, just play according to your strengths and बेबहरा जाना, head down, just keep घुस जाने के रहते. जो भी अपने को आता उतना तो best देना है. Apart from that, then you just wait for it how it unravels. Ibrahim was asking where would you play Ishan on Saturday, since he will play opening number 3, number 4, number 5.
I think I would play him at 5, but what's gonna happen maybe is that he opens. No, I don't even see him opening, because if you open, you have to put Rohit Sharma or Shubman Gill 1 down, which is not going to happen. Even if you play Virat Kohli at 4, who's going to play 1 down? So Ishan might play 1 down, or he might play 1 down, but I'm going to play him at number 5.
Yeah, me too. I think I see him play like it'll be Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, Hardik Pandya, and then maybe Ishan Kishan. Agar 40,
I would play Kishan ahead of Hardik just because you have the left-hander in between. और हार्दिक को मेरे को नहीं होना ये रोल बिल्ड करना है, ये वो like let him go and smash, man. That's what I want. Let him come at 6 and smash.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Ideally, I think either Surya or Hardik, whoever coming like down the order is going to give given the responsibility of finishing it off in style. But Hardik Pandya again, like you said, अगर 2 विकेट चले गए जल्दी, 3 विकेट जल्दी चले गए, फिर उसका स्टाइल चेंज हो जाएगा.
I know change हो जाएगा, but still counter-attacking खेल सकता उन्हें, like keep that strike rate up. I think his role should be defined to play aggressive cricket for India, because that's what he's best at. When Hardik Pandya hits those sixes, there's no player like him in the Indian team. So I want him to play to his strengths. I know that responsibility लेना ये वो, but ठीक है, सिचुएशन खेलो आप, मगर ये मत करो कि उन्हें तो हर मैच में आके रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले रहा. Like at least when you're in a good position, try to or if you're in a 50-50 position, try to put the foot to the accelerator. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think from this Cup's point of view, if I'm looking at it for all the teams involved, it's a good, a net practice to नहीं बोलेंगे, but a good competitive session that we'll have going into the World Cup. It'll help them to know, the strengths and weaknesses of the oppositions जो मिलने वाले हैं again another month in another country. but it's going to be fun to see that they'll understand कि भाई कौन कैसा है, क्या tactic है, क्या नहीं है. So it's going to be interesting कि how they approach it. Obviously, I still consider India Pakistan favorites to win this one, but you never know. There's always a sucker punch anywhere possible. But I guess see India Pakistan again. It's going to be one of those fierce rivalries, and I can't wait. And Saturday is going to be fun. Though ideally, I would really love to see directly 14th October, India Pakistan. But yeah, it's just good to have a prequel before the action movie. So
I'm gonna. I need all three matches because we never get to see India Pakistan anymore. So if I get to see 4 in 1 year, why not? Like that's a huge thing for me. So I want to see all three games. अगर एक ही game रख रहे तो उसमें क्या है? Like also you were talking about. You were saying about last year we thought India Pakistan also, and then it was Pakistan Sri Lanka in the final. And also one more thing I wanted to point out, ki bhai Asia Cup mein there's a lot of mini rivals over there. Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh has become a massive rivalry. Pakistan versus Afghanistan. Yeah, Pakistan versus Afghanistan, a massive rivalry. So this is going to be a very competitive tournament, especially with when these teams are playing. India Pakistan so is always rivals. Wo to aapko rahenga, all the eyeballs will be on that game 100%. So this tournament is actually going to be a feisty tournament. You'll see some close encounters, I'm sure. Hopefully the weather stays good. I know there's rain around for that India Pakistan game, but I hope that stays clear and we get to see a proper match, because Asia Cup when you have these Asian teams playing, especially in these conditions, you will get to see some cracker of games. And yahi hai ki bhai koi bhi jeet sakta. I think still anyone can win this tournament.
Yeah, side mein, just for people who don't know, and I had forgotten, but Ibrahim, thank you for reminding me. South Africa play Australia tomorrow in a T20, and England play New Zealand in the first T20 in England. Obviously, that's going to happen simultaneously. कल होने वाला है 10:30 बजे रात को इंग्लैंड न्यूजीलैंड का मैच रहने वाला है, एंड साउथ अफ्रीका का 9:30 बजे रात रहने वाला है मैच. So yeah, a lot of cricket.
Full cricket tomorrow. Pakistan, Nepal, and then you have
like a long time. Hopefully, again बारिश नहीं खराब करना कोई भी. Again, 2 सितंबर का याद रखो. बारिशों की संभावना बहुत ज्यादा है. I think 70% rain predicted. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Like we will definitely be irritated because we want to watch this match, India Pakistan, but you never know. I mean, there's always rain around the corner. But yeah, I mean, teams.
Sad ho jayega wo.
England and New Zealand, good match to watch again. T20 cricket from both, and then South Africa, Australia, again fierce rivalry. That is happening also where I think it's happening
in South Africa.
South Africa, Durban. Yeah, it's happening in Durban. So I think Ibrahim, you might be able to go for a match.
Yeah, he's asking thoughts on Stubbs going as a wicketkeeper. I was a bit surprised, but I'm excited. Let's see what he does behind the stumps. I really like him as a batter. I think he's a very exciting talent, and hopefully we get to see him as a keeper as well. Let's see what happens. I don't know exactly how he keeps, but I will be looking forward to it because I really like that player. I think Tristan Stubbs, Dewald Brevis, these are the future players of South Africa, and it's good to see them being put into the team now, giving the responsibility, and hopefully he performs with the bat. He's had some really good innings already on the international circuit. I still remember that game against England where he played really well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, he's a very good prospect. Like there, and again, Australia की भी team relatively young ही है. I mean, it's been led by Mitch Marsh. You've got Tim David, Travis Head, Josh Inglis, Matthew Short, Stephen Smith is there. T20 भी खेल रहा अभी ने. अच्छा, I think BBL में जो 100 के बाद 100 मारा. Aaron Hardy. Most of the World Cup squad is getting a chance, I think, in this series. So it's good that everybody is getting cricket under the wings. But yeah, again, England is the one we're going to watch as well. मजा आता है उन लोगों को देखने को ना, कुछ क्या करने वाले, क्या सोचते हैं उन लोगों को कुछ मालूम.
Yeah, मजा तो आएगा. उन लोग रिस्क के साथ खेलते तो
पूरे the 100 से ही चाह रहे, पूरे गरम आ रहे the 100 से.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that thing, like the great cricketer on Channel 7, they interviewed the Australian players on the internet with Johnny Bairstow. So it was very funny. So if you haven't seen that clip, go and see. जब उन्हें out होके आया था, they were all in the lunchroom. Apparently he didn't eat anything, and then he asked, are you guys happy with this? And Warner's like, yes, very. And then all the others
पूरे चावल थूक दिए मुंह में से थूक दिए थे खाना पूरे.
So it was a good moment. That was a funny story, but yeah, let's see. Australia have announced their 11, Aaron Hardy and Spencer Johnson to debut.
Left arm after a long time.
We'll keep an eye on that too. Of course, we'll have to keep an eye on that. These are all going to be important series leading up to the World Cup. Of course, the Asia Cup, so we will be covering that hopefully, and get to see some good games tomorrow. Faiz, I'll just get your prediction before we leave. Pakistan versus Nepal. For you, a couple of players you're looking out for, and who are you I think I know where you're going, but yeah, who do you think will win tomorrow's match?
I mean, yeah, Pakistan obviously is a very strong team for me. I think जिस तरीके से मैं देख रहा हूँ Pakistan throughout the year, they just been growing at a good pace. I think it's not like हाँ भाई Pakistan फोड़ सकते, but again Nepal being a newer team, I think I'd give Pakistan that bit of thing. And again Multan है, you can get a lot of runs. I'm expecting 100 from Babar Azam. Multan very good pitch to bat on, drier surface, good enough boundary. So you saw, it's over there. It's not been very good for bowlers, but again, nikal lete Pakistani in their conditions, and I feel Babar Azam and Imamul Haq again. I'm looking out for Imamul Haq in particular because I want to see what he's made of. He's got his opportunity now. It's time for shining. South Shakil in the middle order. I want to see what he's able to do. And then the bowlers, that trio, man. I'm keeping a hawk eye on those three, man. Like it's going to be sensational. And when they come to India, it's just going to be a different feeling. I know Sri Lanka maybe it's going to be a fantastic feeling, and hopefully, uh, it's going to be fun to watch. But from Nepal, I just want to see what they're made of, how they're entering, what approach they'll be taking. Newer team again, always exciting to see what flavor they bring to the tournament, and you might learn a thing or two. Maybe it might be as small as team unity. It might be as big as they're saying that don't underestimate us or हमारे को light ना खोलो, हम भी जोश में.
Yeah. The biggest problem will be facing those bowlers. So बहुत तेज है हम लोग. That will be a huge change for them, right? Because they played most of the cricket against UAE, against Qatar, against these teams. Now they're going to be up against Shaheen, Haris, and Naseem Shah.
और मेरे को वही दिख रहा, toss जीत के Babar will go for a batting, trying to get some runs under their wings. They'll take it like that. Not that they're going to disrespect Babar, but I think that's a fair enough call to make it, stretch.
वो ये और how long can Nepal bat? If they can survive 40 overs, that will be crazy, man. Like मेरे को ऐसा दिख रहा 20-30 ओवर में खत्म कर देते पाकिस्तान, because it's a different gravy altogether when you face these kind of fast bowling. But yeah, बाबर का भी press conference था आज, उसमें उन्हें बोला था कि हम light तो नहीं लेंगे किसी टीम को, we're fully prepared. He's happy that we're number one, he said, but he also mentioned that we're looking to win the Asia Cup and World Cup. It's not about just being number one. And he also hinted that we do get criticized and unity wise, I think he's watching social media, but he's happy with the team, with the preparation, but he's looking to win, and he has a good unit. Let's see what's going to happen with Pakistan. Again, it's always unpredictable. They look a very good team, but kuch bhi ho sakta un log ke sath. They can win.
But tomorrow, again, considering the fact it's at home advantage, you see Tapal tea everywhere. And
Multan
for Multan में पूरा Pakistan roar करेगा. Pakistan again passionate people, passion for the game. They love their team. Like us, on the day सब साथ में आ जाते, सब score check करते, पहले आपको predict कर देते. But again, I think they go through a lot. I mean, I was hearing this part and they were saying maybe Indians get called out more, but Pakistan equal. Again, population ज़्यादा है, अपने लोगों के साथ ज़्यादा technology है, but I think Pakistan also get a lot of stick. Their team gets a lot of stick, and they'll be roaring to go. Home nation, home country में hybrid theory जो भी था वो, but whatever, in Pakistan it'll definitely be different.
Yeah, he also addressed that. He said कि भाई देखो अगर मेरे हाथ में था तो पूरे मैच अगर पाकिस्तान में थे would have been good, but it's not like we're not prepared. We knew that it's going to be a hybrid model. हमको पता है हम travel करेंगे और उस हिसाब से हम लोग we've planned everything out. And he also mentioned that a lot of our cricketers played T20 tournaments. They played the 100 and everything going into this Asia Cup, but they were also planning for this 50 overs. So they've been bowling, planning for these 10 over spells. This is what he mentioned too in that press conference. So that was very interesting. Vikrant Gupta is in Pakistan to cover Asia Cup. That's amazing. That's good news. Let's see. All the best.
And I think I think Rajesh Shukla and someone else, who was it? Roger Binney will also be traveling.
Roger Binney will be there as well. Yeah, good to see. I think that is a good step, in the forward direction. That's a good step in terms of relations and everything. So hope all the best with them. I'm glad that they've gone there. I look up to someone like a Vikrant Gupta, and it's good to see that he's over there. It should be good. It should be interesting. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Tomorrow we'll hopefully do the preview and review of this match, Nepal-Pakistan. Of course, we'll look at the other games too. But yeah, the Asia Cup coverage. Stay tuned for the latest content. And Faiz, thank you so much for joining me as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to 3 o'clock. It's on the dot and we start. And it's just like over the past few months, cricket sort of rained out हो गया. Hopefully, I'm praying कि भाई श्रीलंका का खास situation खराब नहीं होना, matches खराब नहीं होना, but you never know. But yeah, let's just hope for the best. And tomorrow 3 o'clock, stay glued to the TVs. Just see this quality pace attack do what it's meant out to do.
Let's go.